All that was great in the past was ridiculed, condemned, combated, suppressed, only to emerge all the more powerfully, all the more triumphantly from the struggle. Invention is the most important product of man's creative brain. The ultimate purpose is the complete mastery of mind over the material world, the harnessing of human nature to human needs. Our virtues and our failings are inseparable, like force and matter. When they separate, man is no more. Antisocial behavior is a trait of intelligence in a world full of conformists. When wireless is fully applied, the earth will be converted into a huge brain, capable of response in every one of its parts. We all make mistakes, and it is better to make them before we begin. Great moments are born great opportunity. The Buddhist expresses it in one way, the Christian in another. But both say the same: we are all one. Every living being is an engine, geared to the wheelwork of the universe. Though seemingly affected only by its immediate surrounding, the sphere of external influence extends to infinite distance. A new idea must not be judged by its immediate results. The desire that guides me in all I do is the desire to harness the forces of nature to the service of mankind. I don't care that they stole my idea. I care that they don't have any of their own. Peace can only come as a natural consequence of universal enlightenment. It's not the love you make, it's the love you give. Be alone. That is the secret of invention. Be alone. That is when ideas are born. The idea came like a flash of lightning, and in an instant the truth was revealed. Though free to think and act, we are held together, like the stars in the firmament, with ties inseparable. These ties cannot be seen, but we can feel them. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. I could only achieve success in my life through self-discipline, and I applied it until my wish and my will became one. I do not think there is any thrill that can go through the human heart like that felt by the inventor as he sees some creation of the brain unfolding to success. Such emotions make a man forget food, sleep, friends, love, everything. My belief is firm in a law of compensation. The true rewards are ever in proportion to the labor and sacrifices made. No free energy device will ever be allowed to reach the market. The scientists of today think deeply instead of clearly. One must be sane to think clearly, but one can think deeply and be quite insane. Throughout the infinite, the forces are in perfect balance, and hence, the energy of a single thought may determine the motion of a universe. If your hate could be turned into electricity, it would light up the whole world. Instinct is something which transcends knowledge. We have, undoubtedly, certain finer fibers that enable us to perceive truths when logical deduction or any other willful effort of the brain is futile. Originality thrives in seclusion, free of outside influences. Each day, we go to our work in the hope of discovering. The spread of civilization may be likened to a fire. First, a feeble spark. Next, a flickering flame. Then a mighty blaze, ever increasing in speed and power. The future will show whether my foresight is as accurate now as it has proved heretofore. We build but to tear down. Most of our work and resource is squandered. Our onward march is marked by devastation. Everywhere there is an appalling loss of time, effort, and life. A cheerless view, but true. So we find that the three possible solutions of the great problem of increasing human energy are answered by the three words: food, peace, work. It is a mere question of time when men will succeed in attaching their machinery to the very wheelwork of nature. The last 29 days of the month are the toughest. The progressive development of man is vitally dependent on invention. My mother understood human nature better and never chided. She knew that a man cannot be saved from his own foolishness or vice by someone else's efforts or protests, but only by the use of his own will. We crave for new sensations, but soon become indifferent to them. The wonders of yesterday are today common occurrences. Within a few years, a simple and inexpensive device, readily carried about, will enable one to receive, on land or sea, the principal news. To hear a speech, a lecture, a song, or play of a musical instrument, conveyed from any other region of the globe. Money does not represent such a value as men have placed upon it. All my money has been invested into experiments, with which I have made new discoveries, enabling mankind to have a little easier life. To know each other, we must reach beyond the sphere of our sense perceptions. In the 21st century, the robot will take the place which slave labor occupied in ancient civilization. There is no subject more captivating, more worthy of study than nature. To understand this great mechanism, to discover the forces which are active and the laws which govern them, is the highest aim of the intellect of man. Man, like the universe, is a machine. Nothing enters our minds or determines our actions, which is not directly or indirectly a response to stimuli beating upon our sense organs from without. Of all the frictional resistances, the one that most retards human movement is ignorance. To stop war by the perfection of engines of destruction alone might consume centuries and centuries. Other means must be employed to hasten the end. Fights between individuals, as well as governments and nations, invariably result from misunderstandings in the broadest interpretation of this term. Sometimes I feel that by not marrying, I made too great a sacrifice to my work. It will soon be possible to transmit wireless messages around the world, so simply that any individual can carry and operate his own apparatus. Every living being is an engine, geared to the wheelwork of the universe. Our senses enable us to perceive only a minute portion of the outside world. Life is, and will ever remain an equation, incapable of solution. But it contains certain known factors. The opinion of the world does not affect me. I have placed as the real values in my life what follows when I am dead. Perhaps I failed, but I did my best. These masters of mine may do the rest. Let the future tell the truth, and evaluate each one, according to his work and accomplishments. The present is theirs. The future, for which I have really worked, is mine.